Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Wednesday, January 8th. Today I am joined by Pigoy at TCF Pigoy and Boomy at Boomy TCF. You can follow the main page on Twitter at typical_Chicago. You can follow me on Twitter at ZLilja, LILJATCF. Instagram, Facebook, type in typical Chicago fans. We post both the YouTube and the audio version of this, either wherever you get your podcast from, Spreaker, Spotify. Go on there, type in typical Chicago fans, subscribe, follow, rate, review, unsubscribe, resubscribe, give us a 5-star rating, and then go on to YouTube, subscribe on there, watch the videos, like the videos, do what you got to do. But tonight, boys, anything? Oh, my goodness. Sponsors. I'm rushing. I gotta slow it down. I want to thank you to our we have two sponsors on the show. We got one, The Muddy Otter. Go to themuddy-otter.com. We got some beautiful pottery right here. It's a little mug with the TCF logo on here, with the little Muddy Otter. That's just pretty cool. I never really looked at it. The Muddy Otter with the smiley face or like a little eye. I don't know, but that is beautiful. Beautiful work by Hannah. And then Mitch does some woodworking stuff there with the bowls and stuff like that. So go to The Muddy Otter to get their products on there, and then you can either go to their Instagram or their Facebook and then hit them up on there if you want something customized or something special. Mitch was saying that he's looking to try some stuff with woodworking, so hit him up and see what he can do with that. Hannah and Mitch Prentice, go to themuddy-otter.com, go to their Instagram, go to their Facebook, check them out. And then also Score Trader. Pigoy sent me a message the other day with an update. A little update on how the weekend went. We didn't win any money, but there were $500 cash prize given out this weekend by Score Trader. And we have another weekend, the division rounds, and there will be more money given away. Free to play, no deposit needed. So go on to there. It's kind of a, would you say, Pigoy? It's kind of they're stocks, they're like kind of trading stocks.
Yeah, it's more like stock market based than like just daily fancy fixed price base for your players. So your players fluctuate every day based on how much they're worth.
But here's Pigoy's little thing. Talk about how the wild card weekend went and how you can win some money this coming weekend in the division round.
Score Trader NFL wild card weekend recap. We on the TCF Chicago team had the second best quarterback in Deshaun Watson. We had the top 3 running backs with Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, and Devin Singletary. Did not place in the tight end category, and we did have the top wide receiver in DK Metcalf. Unfortunately, we learned the harsh reality of this new daily fantasy system in that the more assets you own at the time of kickoff, the larger risk you take, and if those assets do not cash, then you're going to lose the investment on those assets, therefore making your selections all the more important. But nevertheless, Score Trader will have more contests for the next weekend of the NFL playoffs, the divisional round. We encourage you guys to go check them out. It is a free-to-play daily fantasy app with a whole different spin on how to draft your team, how to draft your players. It is a stock market-based contest with trading during the entire week, and then your players are scored based on their performance on the field during the game, and the top 3 players from each category are then scored, and if you own those players based on what you invested, you will get a return on that investment. So go ahead and check those guys out. It is at Score Trader app on Twitter. Totally free to enter. Real cash prizes. Thank you to Score Trader for partnering with us at Typical Chicago Fans and the TCF Morning Show.
Thank you, Pigoy, for the beautiful read. Thank you to Score Trader. Go to the Apple Store. It's only on Apple products right now, but it's go to the Apple Store, type in Score Trader, download it. Like I said, it's free to play, no deposit needed, and you can win. They gave out $500 cash prize this weekend, so go on to there. Free to play, win some money on the TCF, boys. But, boys, first thing we got to get into here, we're going to need our guy Pigoy to fill us in on some of this, but the Boston Red Sox have been caught cheating.
Yeah. if you're not surprised that people in baseball they like to cheat
Yeah, that's my thing. Is like
almost every day.
Love
it's
cheating.
just crazy to think that these guys are cheating. And
The only thing we're missing is steroids.
Yeah.
I miss steroids.
Actually,
Well,
bring
no, we're probably not missing
back
that either.
No, I think we need
Bring back
like
steroids. Can we make
I
that a
want
shirt?
like 5 or 6 guys a year hitting like 70 home runs. We got a book.
I agree.
Back here. It's Baseball Digest. It literally has ways you can buy steroids in it. So that was how.
Get them some anabolics.
That's how you.
We're all in agreement that we need steroids back in baseball, right?
Yes, but
Yes.
so what do you think will happen with the Boston Red Sox?
All right, so here's what we know is that so in every park, home and away, there's a room or like a space out or near the dugout, inside the dugout, where each team has a video monitor set up, a legal video monitor set up where the players will come back in after they bat and they will check the pitcher's signs and their sign sequence. So you can quote unquote legally steal the signs from the pitcher. But it really only applies if there's a runner on first or second base, so they can relay that to the batter. So that's basically what they were doing, is they were obviously using video to steal signs and then try to relay it during the play. This is nothing on the Astros level of like having a direct feed.
But it still has the
Like
video part of it, and that's the thing. If you're doing it with video,
they
is
use
the
video
cheating
to
part.
steal signs.
Because
they use video to steal signs, and then the teammates would pick up on the sign sequence, and then they would relay it to the players at the plate if they were on first, second, or third base, however they could do it.
Basically, maybe baseball should just let this all happen. They're like, oh, you can use.
So here's the way I look at it in baseball. I don't mind a little bit of cheating in the sense of like if you're not cheating, you're not trying. But that's when it comes to like on the field stuff, just using human beings, like a guy in at second base staring in to try and get a sign from a catcher, or players trying to tell each other that, hey, when he does this, he's titch. But when you start adding technology in, like Apple Watches and cameras in center field,
technology's
and,
where the line,
TV
you draw the
days,
line at.
that's where I draw the line. And for any talking head that thinks that's okay, that's BS, because these teams should be losing draft picks. Or something along those lines, either draft picks, high draft picks, or you have to take away some international money. And I'm talking about a lot of international money, because as we grow as a society, technology is only going to keep growing and growing. If you don't put a stop to this now, teams are going to keep trying to find a way around the loopholes in the technology. And if you don't, really slap someone real hard for this and penalize them for this, teams are just going to keep doing this. So either take picks away, take international money away, but something has to be done, because this is not going to get better if it's not penalized.
Have the Astros been penalized yet?
No, there's nothing.
No,
been
I'm guessing that'll be resolved before this. The penalty for this is resolved. I'm right, or have the
that's gonna be the benchmark for like.
That's what I mean.
Because what they did was like super egregious. Like they did the worst thing you could do was like steal the signs with their own cameras and their own signals about signs, and then.
But like Boomy said, you gotta be harsh with these ones, because you don't want them to think that other teams can get away with it. So
whatever
it's easier to loosen the reins up than it is to pull them tighter.
You want to make sure that this isn't starting to become a trend in baseball where people start to use technology that is just getting better and better throughout the years. So we'll have to see.
One disclaimer about the Red Sox thing though is like they were not so in the postseason in this room where they have the monitor set up,
using it.
There was a representative of Major League Baseball in that room, so they did not. This was not applicable in the postseason when they won the World Series. But
it got them there,
right? They won 108 games that year.
Yeah,
like how many games did that help them win? Did it help them win?
We only cheated in the regular season,
right? To win the division and get a bye and get a home series and all this stuff like that.
But that just shows you how they were like. They were cheating because Major League Baseball is looking for that in the postseason. So I think maybe baseball now needs to have one of those all the time in that room or in any sort of
Yeah.
like in the Major League Baseball in that locker room. I mean, dugout. Maybe you need a representative to stand there because these guys are going to have to learn that they can't be using the technology. It's just that's cheating.
Well, and people could say like,
Just
"Oh,
take it
you're just
away.
saying this because it's not your team." But if this was the Cubs doing this, I would expect the same penalty to be given down. Like that's egregious. That's above and beyond. Trying to steal a sign while you're looking into the catcher. That's
I would
ridiculous.
maybe say you can't take the wins away, but I would.
No,
maybe
you have to penalize in the draft.
No. That's what I
or-
mean. That's I'm being the. If I was a fan of the team, I would be like, oh darn, don't do it again. But we still.
Yeah.
This isn't college sports. Like it's
No.
just like you can't take wins away, you can't take titles
You're
away.
not
It's
taking
just
you're not taking
you
the banners
punish
off out of
No,
Wrigley
you
Field or
punish-
something like that.
the future for the repercussions of the past.
Yeah. He said this is.
It's like, well, you know what? This is the same thing. Like Boomy said, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. That's college football in a nutshell. If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
He said
Same thing with baseball. Same thing with baseball. If you're not cheating.
we
You're
are
not
now in the electronic cheating era
Yes.
now. Not the
The
steroids anymore.
electronic-
We're in the electronic cheating area.
The tech
The
era.
tech era. They're going to have a wing at the Hall of Fame one day with all the ways the Astros and the Red Sox cheated. The garbage can,
AJ
the garbage
Hinch,
can
Alex
will be
Cora,
there.
the first
All
two
that
fuckers
stuff will
back
be
to back.
there.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our next subject. White Sox sign Steve Cishek. What do we think?
They can have him.
I mean, it's a good signing.
I mean,
they
it's
bolster the
a
back-
1
the
year,
bullpen,
$6 million deal, which can turn into 2 years, 12 if they want to, next year. But I think
It's not a bad
I never minded
No.
him. I think they said it was like a 2.8, 2.9 ERA.
Here, I'm gonna see what his career WAR
Because
is.
I'm not losing sleep.
No,
over
I'm
the
not. I'm
Cubs
not worried about
signing
losing them.
Steve
But
Cishek,
I'm
is
not
all
going to say
saying.
that it's not a good.
I think it is a good
sign.
signing for the White Sox. I'm not saying that like he's a problem or anything, or he was a bad pitcher, but like it's not something I'm losing sleep over the Cubs on the roster anymore. But
I say it's a good signing. It's a good signing at a low risk deal for a guy who he can only help your bullpen. I think that he was
Right.
one of the bright spots in the bullpen I mean, I wouldn't say he was a consistent bright spot, but he pitched pretty well last year to $6 million. Not that bad to be in that spot for him. I think he said if he has a good year this year, you can have him again next year for another $6 million. So, or you can just move on from him. I think it's a great deal.
kind of a prove it deal.
Prove it deal.
He's a career-
Very true, Boomy.
He's a career 12 win player.
Yeah.
Like his career WAR is 12.5. His WAR with the Marlins was 4.9 in 6 years, and his WAR with the Cubs was 4.1 in 2 years. Like he's not a bad
He
player.
was one of the guys that when he came out of the bullpen, I wasn't nervous. I wasn't really nervous that the Cubs were about to blow it, like a lot of the guys that came out of the bullpen.
Carl Edwards Jr.
I get sitting here and I keep thinking,
How much time we got?
we give Kimbrel a whole offseason to get healthy. He knows he's a Cub. He's got a full offseason, gonna be ready next year. I think that he could come back and be a factor. I don't know why people kind of
Absolutely.
forget what.
Absolutely, man. Last
And
year
I'm
was
not-
a
I'm
loss.
not-
Dude. He
I'm
didn't
not
even start
saying it's not
throwing a
gonna
baseball till the middle of June.
And I'm not saying it's going to happen. Like, I'm not going to go out there and predict it, but we need to realize, like I said, I think he hurt his knee, and I think that he kind of was injured throughout the end of the season. I think that he can come back, maybe not his same self from like 2012 or something like that, but I think he can still be a good reliever for the Cubs. And I think people are kind of forgetting that we still haven't put that over 2 years. So that's one of the spots I think that they forget. Boomy, you were talking a little bit about a trade between Chris Bryant and the Cubs and the Rockies, Chris Bryant for Nolan Arenado. Would that be straight up, or what is that?
I don't know. It's
How do you-
honestly,
how do
it's
you-
very, very early.
Yeah, like we were kind of saying we didn't want to bring it up too much, but it's one of those things. That's just a wild thing. What would I had to sit here and think, what would make either team want to trade either guy? Like it's just
It's all about money.
Yeah, it's all about money.
and
It's
who
weird.
has cap
It's weird.
space. And I don't think it would be straight up. I think there would be obviously some
'Cause
other
he
stuff
just signed a
involved in that
contract, right?
Arenado, I think so.
I thought he just signed a little bit of an extension, so maybe that would be the reason why the Cubs would want him. They have him on a lower year-end deal instead of having to sign the long-term contract. I think it wasn't like a major. I think it was like a 5-year maybe contract with that.
Yeah.
But like I said, we'll get more into that if there are more details on that. But yeah, Steve Cishek is a White Sox, and I think another great signing for the White Sox. NFL coaching. The Giants signed Joe. What was it?
Judge.
Joe Judge. He was going to be the Mississippi State coach. He was maybe going to be the Mississippi State coach, but the Giants wanted him. What else? We had the Panthers hiring
Matt Rule from Baylor.
Now the Baylor is going to be looking for a new coach there, another big time team in college football that'll be looking for a coach.
As long as they don't bring Art Briles back,
I don't think
they're in
that's
a good
allowed.
spot.
Talk about just horrible human beings. That guy.
Yeah.
I don't see that being.
I like the Rule signing for the Panthers, though.
I do too. That guy has coached like every position. He's been a position coach at a ton of different positions. He knows the game. He's been around the game. He's done it at a bunch of different levels. I think that's a good signing by them. I like Matt Rule.
He took Temple and Baylor from less than 4-win schools in 3 years, took them to 10+ wins.
Yeah, I think it's a
Temple
good signing for the Panthers.
Yeah, I like that. The Giants, I don't know.
I don't know.
Giants,
like that was.
Yeah, that's such a, like you said when we were talking earlier, man. That's such a Giants hire.
You don't really know who the guy is in a way. You said he was the offensive coordinator somewhere.
No, he was not even the offensive coordinator. No. The wide receivers coach in New England.
Yeah, they said he was going to most likely be the Mississippi State coach, but no, the Giants had to have him. Maybe he'll turn out to be a good choice. Is he kind of a younger? I think he's like 38. Kind of a younger guy.
Yeah,
he's a Saban guy, a Belichick guy. They say that he's maybe an up and coming coach, but that seems like a thing that the Giants would like to do, and then the guy maybe not work out. At least he won't work out for the Giants. It's just usually how it goes. I'm sorry.
Remember the last guy the Giants had to have was Ben McAdoo. Remember that?
Bob McAdoo, yeah.
Ben McAdoo.
I think are all the coaching spots in the NFL filled yet? Dallas has gotten Mike McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy. Yeah, Dallas got Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, I think that was a good. That's a system coach, system quarterback, system coach. It's a Jerry Jones guy. Jerry Jones likes Mike McCarthy. He's going to be able to go in there and do what Jerry Jones wants him to do. I don't think
McCarthy's
much to it.
the assistant coach at Dallas. It's not the.
Oh, he's not the head coach.
Oh no, because Jerry Jones.
Oh well,
is
I was going to say. I'm not sure he is the head coach.
So he's just
confused me.
You're going to confuse that.
Yeah. Don't throw things at me. Like I thought. I just got. I'm like, I thought I read that right.
So wait, is Washington? Yeah, Rivera's in Washington. McCarthy's in Dallas.
Anyone else get fired?
Rules in Carolina.
I don't think so.
All of the North is going to stay the same. Matt Patricia's keeping his job
somehow.
And that you know what that wasn't his fault this year. Like Stafford had a broken bone in his back.
Do you think he'll be back and good next year? That's scary.
Probably. Like I think he was. I think they kind of shut him down when they knew that they weren't going to be worth the shit this year. So,
but still, that's
look to the Lions to possibly take a quarterback in the draft at some point.
Yeah, knowing that maybe it's the last
rounds like 3 through 5,
the last few years of Matthew Stafford.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think this year was just a wash for the Lions. Like, it didn't really matter.
I don't think any other.
Most years are a wash for the Lions.
I don't think there's any other coaching spots open right now.
No.
I don't
Cleveland.
Oh, yeah.
Cleveland hasn't done anything.
I haven't even heard anything about them. About even Canada.
No, Cleveland's just waiting this all out.
They're waiting for like a Super Bowl media dump day where they can just throw it in there and no one will figure out who it is.
Yeah.
Jeff Fisher.
They want to win more than 8 games next year.
Jeff Fisher.
The talent on the
Jeff Fisher's overrated.
What did Big Cat say?
He's a nice guy.
He's like 5 wins away, or 2 or 3 wins away from being like the 10th most winningest coach in NFL history.
win an 8-game
500 career record.
Hey, you do it for long enough. 500 records will get you a record for wins.
Right.
Let's move it on.
Just
D Rose is going.
Mediocre
D Rose
record.
to compete in skills competition in the All Star Weekend, which will be
Love
in
it.
Chicago. We were talking about it. We were maybe gonna have to look at ticket prices. They're probably gonna be pretty expensive, but it'd be cool to.
Now they're going to be
They're
expensive.
going to be fun to go to the
Yeah.
skills competition, the dunk contest. They said Zach LaVine has said if he's in the All-Star game, he will be doing the dunk competition, which I think will be electric. I think it would be cool. I think that a guy like him is kind of built for the dunk competition. The way.
Imagine what those tickets are going to cost if D Rose is in the skills comp and then Zach LaVine is in the dunk contest. Just for people in
if they want to sell out, I think Chicago would be a good area to do it. If they want to sell tickets for like over $1,000, like good tickets for like over maybe 2,000, 3,000, put LeBron, put Anthony Davis, put all those guys in the dunk competition, and just see the price of tickets then, because it's a once in a lifetime thing to see with some of those guys. I think that'd be an amazing dunk. I mean, you've seen some of the videos of LeBron. That would be amazing. That's what I want to see. Like Russell
the first
Westbrook.
sellout United Center all year.
Yeah.
Speaking of
exactly.
Anthony Davis, he's bypassing his Lakers max contract extension for free agency.
Everybody knew that.
I saw a video of him on.
That was the most you think moment I've seen in a long time.
But that still leaves the door open for the Chicago Bulls. I just like to say that. Maybe could.
I love your
Trajectory is
optimism.
just so
Zach.
high right.
Well, I saw a picture today of him on a boat with like Kobe White and I think it was Kobe White and like Zach LaVine, but it was like a cartoon. And it was like, oh, still a possibility. I'm like, what is this talking about? But now this makes sense that he's going to be a free agent, but most likely just gonna see what he can get. Do you think he'll stay with the Lakers?
Yeah, I think they're probably the leading horse right now in the race.
Wouldn't he just sign the max contract?
Look at
if
it.
That was the case.
Yeah, but you always want to you never want to close the door on other options, you know.
Yeah.
This will be a max. Player
There's still 6 months between now and the time he's a free agent.
You just sounded very confident that he's going to go to the Lakers. If he was so confident he was going to be a Laker, then he probably would just sign it.
No, I said that they've got to be the leading horse right now. Yeah, I don't think what he did is egregious or anything. I mean, I think most players would do. I feel like you see now more guys taking that option just to look somewhere and just see what other places are willing to offer. So I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal. The Lakers are sitting at 29-7 right now. So I think if they continue, obviously, I think it means like barring something crazy happening and then like trading away any sort of future.
I still think even if they had somewhat the same team, I still think he'll look around. I think he'd be done. Like I said,
if we want to go down this road, isn't Giannis a free agent after this year?
It's either after this year or next.
So if it's after this year, and he signs to play this game and see, well, if he goes somewhere, does AD go to that place too?
Right.
Yeah,
I don't know.
A hypothetical game, but
the way the NBA now goes, I feel like maybe he's taken this time just to wait and see where other guys land, and maybe he wants to go join someone, or maybe he wants to go opposite of where someone goes. You know.
Right.
Yeah, like you said, NBA is kind of just a wait and see league, and see where other guys go and see where the.
And
best
all that
teams are.
speculation is just throw some mud at the wall and see what sticks until the middle of July.
See what state it lands on.
But is today the day that it had to be done by or something? Because why would you just throw that out now?
Probably that makes sense.
Yeah, I think there was something along the lines of a due date of something to be given.
Fellas, we couldn't have timed this any better. Flames, Blackhawks.
Yeah.
Blackhawks just lose
got
2-1 to the Flames at the United Center.
To a team they just beat on the road a week ago.
A win that would have been nice. Corey Crawford back in the net tonight with Leonard hurt still with, I think it's a knee, but they say lower body. That's how they do it in the NHL. But it's just a game that you wanted, you needed. You go up one. I think they went up 1-0, end up losing 2-1. Just kind of a game would have been nice to have at home against a team in the West that you would like to beat. I don't know.
This team stinks, dude. I'm about
Is it the
done.
team
Like,
that
and I
can't-
really, I'll be honest. I've been a bad fan. I haven't watched as much as I should, but I'm about to like completely put the
especially with like
icing.
watching with
I'm done
doing the
with it.
show every night and everything. I try to watch. I've been watching a lot of hockey, and it just seems like they just can't grab the moment. They can't get that moment right. Every time that they have a chance to maybe get over the playoff hump, maybe get into a little bit more of a contention, like a night like tonight, they just can't win a game at home against a team that you like said just be on the road, and it's just seems like they just can't get up for the big games. I don't get it.
No, they've got to shake something big up, and I don't know what it is. I'm not even going to offer a suggestion, but something's got to change.
They just pull you back in all the time, then they just
like you said,
lay
they're gonna end up going up
because now they'll go off and win like 3 or 4 in a row and be like, oh well, hey, they're only 3 points out of the 8th seed.
Yep.
And then they'll just
now they're
crap
back
all
to
over
19, 19 and 6, which Boomy said it's 19 and 25. If you want to look at it like that,
not good.
Garbage.
And it's just tough. Like I said, at home at the United Center, would have been a nice little win there. Unfortunately, we had our last non-Boomy wacky web story subject is a sad one. But Boomy, can you maybe cheer us up here? Boomy's wacky web story. Let's hear it.
Now, if you're a good fan and you've been listening to the podcast that we dropped yesterday, this was actually mentioned on there, but this was also brought to my attention by Matt as something I had to bring up to you guys. As a teacher, this guy in this story is making us look really, really bad. And also, being a teacher that is a Green Bay Packers fan,
this is a great
makes
story.
me feel really, really, really stupid. A Wisconsin man has been cited for regularly defecating in a public park over a period of 2 years.
My goodness, 2 years.
Jeffrey Churchwell of Elkhorn, Indiana, Elkhorn, Wisconsin, told police that he had publicly defecated up to several times per day.
There's a place where this man belongs, and it's called jail. Jail.
This man is 60 years old. He agreed to pay a $365 fine
That's it?
plus $5,705 to the Public Works Department for the stains that he left behind. His doo-doo stains cost him $6,000.
He pooped on the sidewalk?
He pooped everywhere, it sounds like.
He pooped in the park that he hated the most. That's why. Did you see a picture of this guy?
I'm telling you, jail.
Yes, of course he was wearing a Packers Super Bowl sweatshirt and a green headband.
Wait, please, Pigo, you gotta send me that picture.
I will.
Please send me that picture.
If you could picture a guy from Wisconsin that would take a shit in a park every day for 2 straight years, just picture it in your head, and then yes, you had the picture correct. This guy.
It says that Churchwell is a high school English teacher, but is listed as officially retiring at the end of this month.
So.
I wonder why.
You would hope so.
Hey, talk about a real shitty ending to his career.
Boom. Good one.
That was low-hanging fruit.
How long were you thinking about that since he started talking about that?
It's a real stain on his resume.
Oh man, it's your comedy hour.
I can keep going. No, I can't. I'm done.
This is amateur hour.
I keep going.
Oh, did you see how Anna?
No, like I said, if you could just picture this guy in your head.
Did you see how NIU lost tonight?
Yeah,
it's on ESPN. Game-winning layup after he missed a free throw.
And
I'm a
terrible fan. I got the last update with like 4 minutes left. 8 minutes left that they were up 10, and I almost put in a money line bet against the Huskies because I just had this bad feeling.
That's tough.
And sure enough, I won right.
Hey, there you go. You won some money at least.
No, I didn't put it in. I was about to. I never got it put in.
What are you mad about? Dang, that would have been nice.
Yeah.
What was their money line?
Nice. When they were down 10 with 8 minutes, I'm sure it was like plus 350.
Boomy, you gotta follow you.
I was driving. I couldn't just put my bet in while I'm driving. We talked earlier about being bad drivers.
For the show, you're not a good driver.
Yeah, exactly. So I can't take that extra risk.
Anybody got anything for the post show?
I just Googled Wisconsin park pooper and I got the image.
Please send that picture. That is gonna need.
I'm gonna send it to you right now. I want to see your live
That may
reaction.
be the
on
picture
this.
for like a good TCF tweet someday.
But I'm just
when we
saying,
beat the
like,
Packers.
if you like, just picture the guy in your head before I.
You'll
send
be
it.
holding on to that for a while.
All right, I'm sending it right
Okay.
now.
Ain't nothing.
Zach, there's sick people in your house. Are you remaining healthy?
I'm healthy. I'm staying in the TCF studio and hiding away. Got
Knock
the
on wood.
Lysol. Staying away from the nasty sick people. But yeah.
Hey, you
trying
think
to stay
this guy
healthy.
You think this guy owns a share of the Packers? He has to own a share of the Packers.
Probably
doesn't he?
owns 2.
Oh no,
he
we
probably,
do background checks.
No,
we don't
no,
allow
no,
that.
no,
we
no,
don't
no.
allow
He probably
public poopers.
owned 2 to 3 shares of the.
No, we don't allow public poopers.
No, this
No,
guy.
you just let them teach though. What is this? This is crazy.
This guy is a crappy owner.
Okay. My goodness.
End the show.
I didn't know we. Like I said,
Did you get the picture?
I don't know. Remember, I told you I turned my phone off. Just don't distract myself because I'm easily distracted. But now I'm distracted by that. Pigo, you got any more jokes for us? Anything else you wanna?
No, I think I'm all flushed out.
Oh my god. My goodness. You
I don't know. I think
maybe
he's lying. I think he's got more jokes.
I'll
He's
clip
full
this
of
up for you,
shit.
and then you can send it into like maybe you'll get like a Netflix special for this.
Whose
stuff.
line is it anyway?
Yeah, who's line?
Yeah.
Do they still do those shows? Because that was hilarious. I loved that show.
That was a great show. Tremendous show.
Drew Carey was on that show, right? He was like the judge or whatever.
He was the host. Yeah, he was the host of it.
That was.
What show?
Whose line is it anyway?
Whose line is it anyway?
Oh, well, that was a great
Hey, Wayne
show.
Brady.
Yeah, Ryan Stiles, Colin Mockery.
That's a. I thought I saw them
That's
like
a dope show.
redoing it for a little bit.
They did it. No, yeah, they did it like 3 or 4 years ago. They rebooted it, and it wasn't bad, but it wasn't what it once was.
Yeah, well, we've really gotten.
Probably like the Wisconsin park pooper. Probably a lot of corny jokes.
All right,
okay.
that's enough.
That's a good way to end the show. Thank you to our sponsors,
Yep.
the Muddy Otter. Go
Shitty end.
go to themuddy.otter.com. Go to their Instagram or Facebook. Go type in The Muddy Otter. You'll follow them on there. If you need, like I said, right here is a beautiful little mug that they made for us with the TCF logo on it and their little The Muddy Otter on the bottom. Go to their website. Check out their products on there. Or if you got something in mind for them, like I said, hit them up on Facebook or Twitter. Oh, no, Instagram, not Twitter. Instagram. And let them know maybe some of the ideas that you got, and maybe they can help you out with that. Also, thank you to Score Trader right here. Pigoy will talk to you or tell you about how you can win some money this week going into the division rounds, and how we did not win money this week on the players that Pigoy picked at TCF. Pigoy picked. But he won us $50.
That was unnecessary.
Terrible picks.
Well, no, I'm just kidding. He won us $50. What can I? That's a lot better than I could do. But here is Pigoy telling us how you can win some money.
Score Trader NFL Wildcard Weekend recap. We on the TCF Chicago team had the second best quarterback in Deshaun Watson. We had the top 3 running backs with Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, and Devin Singletary. Did not place in the tight end category, and we did have the top wide receiver in DK Metcalf. Unfortunately, we learned the harsh reality of this new daily fantasy system in that the more assets you own at the time of kickoff, the larger risk you take, and if those assets do not cash, then you're going to lose the investment on those assets, therefore making your selections all the more important. But nevertheless, Score Trader will have more contests for the next weekend of the NFL playoffs, the divisional round. We encourage you guys to go check them out. It is a free-to-play daily fantasy app with a whole different spin on how to draft your team, how to draft your players. It is a stock market-based contest with trading during the entire week, and then your players are scored based on their performance on the field during the game, and the top 3 players from each category are then scored, and if you own those players based on what you invested, you will get a return on that investment. So go ahead and check those guys out. It is at Score Trader app on Twitter. Totally free to enter. real cash prizes. Thank you to Score Trader for partnering with us at Typical Chicago Fans and the TCF Morning Show.
Thank you, Pigoy. Beautiful ad read there by Pigoy. Go to Score Trader on the App Store, on Apple, the Apple Store. Go to the search bar, type in Score Trader. Download it. It's free to play. No deposit needed. They're giving out $500 cash this last wild card weekend. You got the division round. Go out there and get your lineup ready. Like you said, it's like kind of like a selling stock. The price of players go up and down, so go check that out. Thank you to Score Trader. Thank you to The Money Otter. Thank you to at TCF Pigoy and at TCF Boomy for joining me tonight on the TCF Morning Show. I am Z Lilia, Lilja TCF on Twitter, which is my name is Zach Lilia. That's not my. I have not changed my name to my Twitter handle. And then the main page is at @typical_Chicago. What if I did that? I'm just like, hey mom, I'm at Z Lilia, Lilja TCF on Twitter.
It'd probably catch on.
I don't think it would.
Yeah, I think so.
Instagram,
Worth a
Facebook,
shot.
go there, search Typical Chicago Fans. You will find us on there. Follow us on there. Like I said, on all of our social medias, we put up the video and the podcast version of the TCF Morning Show and our TCF podcast that we do. Go to YouTube, subscribe on there, like the videos, comments, give us some nice comments on there if you would like. And then also go to wherever you get your podcast from, Apple, Spotify, Spreaker, wherever. Go on, type in Typical Chicago Fans, subscribe, follow, rate, unsubscribe, resubscribe. Do what you got to do on there. Again, it has been the TCF Morning Show, Wednesday, January 8th. We love you all.
Peace.
Thanks.